All right, man. All right, everybody. Think we are alive, ready to go, talking some NFL schedule release here. Figured I had some time tonight, off tonight. Figured why not go live for the NFL schedule release. Gonna give everybody like a few minutes here to get in. I kind of didn't announce this. This is kind of a last minute live stream situation. So we're going to see if we can get some people up in here talking NFL schedule release. What I will do is transition it to the custom layout that I have here. This is the best I could do right now. The NFL, ESPN, they haven't put the schedules officially out there. So the best that I can give you guys is a tweet with a massive, massive grid. Welcome in, Bolts. Welcome in. Yeah, the best I could do for the moment. I'm hoping at 8 o'clock when the actual schedule is set to go live, I could transition over to the ESPN tab or the NFL.com tab, and we can go week by week, kind of seeing just a more clear picture. But this is what we got right now. I think the only thing wrong with this is the week 4 Monday Night Football game isn't Titans. Ravens, it is Falcons Saints. So that's the only difference right now. But the NFL schedule release videos are all dropping. They all drop at 7:30. So figure best to go live and talk about some of these schedules right now. The number one thing that I was looking for when it came to these schedules was the Green Bay Packers, man, because a lot of their season really does depend on how the first month goes. Micah Parsons probably going to be out, and at Minnesota, at the Jets, versus Atlanta, at Tampa Bay. That's a pretty generous start to the season for Green Bay to open up without Micah Parsons. That is a big thing that stuck out to me. Like the Packers could easily go 2-1 or 2-2, 3-1 in that stretch. Whereas if they had some of their tougher games, right, like Detroit, Dallas, New England, Buffalo, the Rams, Houston, Chicago thrown in that stretch, all like most of their divisional games or whatever it may have been, they could have started off the year 1-3 or 0-4, and all of a sudden in an NFC North, they're completely out of the playoffs. So to me, Green Bay got a pretty big favor from the schedule makers there. You look all around this schedule, Philly, my team, ton of primetime games, ton of all over the place. I'm going to be going to this Houston game on Christmas Eve, but Seattle 5 days earlier on a Saturday game is just an absolutely brutal draw. Just saw the Bills ticket prices. I'm about to max out a credit card just to see them week 3. What is that? Bills Chargers in week 3? Yep. Fair enough. I mean, listen, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, man, that's a big time game. That is a big time game. I'm scared to even look at the ticket prices right now for that Christmas Eve game, but my roommate is a Texans fan. They come to town once every like 8 years, I think is the number. So we had to go there. But, shout out to Nerding NFL. Shout out to them for putting this grid together. Really, really good stuff. They were the one putting out the leaks. Every year feels like the Steelers got an easy start, and then the second half is ridiculously hard on their schedule. We could run through it. I was talking to Javon a little bit about his Steelers schedule earlier. He's telling me Philly and Pittsburgh was going to be game of the year. I told him it was going to be belt ass. Versus Atlanta, at New England, versus Cincy, at Cleveland. At New England, they were just in the Super Bowl. Getting Cincinnati healthy, that doesn't jump off as super easy to me. You start to include though versus Indy, at Tampa, at New Orleans, versus Cleveland, all before the bye. That feels like that should shape up to a winning start to the season. But man, at Cincy, at Philly, versus Denver, versus Houston, Philly, Denver, and Houston defenses all in a 3-week span is just, Aaron Rodgers in the second half of the season. It's going to be cold at that point. Like, that's just freaking nuts, man. At Jacksonville, versus Baltimore, versus Carolina, at Tennessee, and then at Baltimore. So Baltimore in 2 of the last 4 games. I think that basically says the NFL still thinks that the division could very well come down to Baltimore and Pittsburgh, man. I think that's what they're doing. Yeah. After the bye, they could certainly go, 0-6 there. Cincy, Philly, Denver, Houston, Jacksonville, Baltimore. Yeah. Cracking the C4 right now, gents. Iceman on the way tonight. Got to make sure we're awake for that. As we go through the rest of the schedule here, man. Well, Bolts, you're in here right now. Let's take a look at the Chargers schedule. Versus Arizona week 1. That's a pretty friendly draw. Versus Las Vegas week 2. I think it's pretty possible that that Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback for that game for Vegas. At Buffalo, and then at Seattle versus Denver, at KC. Whew! Hopefully y'all start 2-0, man. Because that, at Buffalo, at Josh Allen's house, at Seattle, at the defending Super Bowl champs' house, versus Denver, you just know that's a tough game. At KC, you got to figure by week 6 Mahomes is back. So, that's a tough blow. Bye week at the Rams versus Houston at Baltimore. Damn, dude, that is a tough 7 weeks, man. That is a tough 7 weeks there. Versus the Jets, versus New England, at Tampa, at Vegas. That's fine. Versus San Francisco, at Miami, versus KC. The second half of the season, like here, gets a little bit lighter, but man, the Chargers are a team to watch early on. Cardinals getting smacked. I agree there. Buffalo, who do they have going into you guys? So, at Houston versus Detroit, versus LA, versus New England, at the Rams. Talk about a fucking gauntlet for the Bills to open the season, man. The NFL absolutely cooked with some of these primetime games, which I do want to talk about. I'm really hoping. Let me see. Did NFL? I still don't think that they posted the schedule, man. I ran the risk going live a little early here, hoping that the schedule will be out just because everything, but it's just not out yet. I hope that they put it available online right at 8. That way we could do it. You got them 11-6. I'll roll through it, give it a little preliminary. W versus the Cardinals, 1-0. W versus the Raiders, 2-0. At Buffalo, but Buffalo's got that extra rest because they play Thursday night football versus Detroit. I'm going to give Buffalo the win there. We'll call that 2-1. At Seattle, who does Seattle play in week 3, man? Who does Seattle play week 3? At Washington, it's a toss-up, man. Because Mike McDaniel early on in the season, I think that could be interesting. Well, you know what? Let's just have them split here. We'll have them split Seattle and Denver, go 1-1 in that stretch. So we'll say 3-2 at this point in time at Kansas City. We'll go 3-3 into the bye. We'll have them, I think, in this stretch here. I think saying 4-5 here is fine, but then you're looking like 5-5. I got them over New England 6-5, over Tampa 7-5, at Las Vegas. I think it's 8-5. Versus San Francisco on Thursday Night Football 9-5, 10-5. We'll go 11-5, and then 11-6. Yeah. I think 11-6 is a pretty accurate representation. I was getting a little worried, to be honest, when I was going through that first part of the schedule. I was like, oh man, I got them 4-5. Am I going to be putting the Chargers to stink here? But I didn't do it that way. We'll do the same thing with the Birds right now. Yeah, only guaranteed loss is Houston. Houston's a tough matchup for you guys and Buffalo. Over the last couple of years, Houston has just kind of absolutely dog-walked both teams, even when Houston wasn't at their best. So really interesting there. Typically in the NBA, is where you see more matchup driven games, right? Where it's like, oh, like this team doesn't match up with this because of this player, yada, yada. Houston has caused some matchup problems for the Chargers and the Bills over the last couple stretch. We'll do Philly, 1-0, 2-0, and we'll say 3-1. I think 4-1, 5-1. Versus Dallas at home, I'll give them the win at home versus Dallas, 6-1. At Washington, I just don't know if you could trust Jayden Daniels to be healthy. I think Philly could go into the bye realistically at 8-1, 9-1, 9-2, 10-2, 11-2. Probably split these to be 12-3. You could say 13. I think 13, 14 wins, man. I got to be honest. Before the schedule came out, I thought Philly probably like a 12-win team. But I think, despite all the travel and stuff, I think the schedule really did shape out well for the Eagles, man. I really do think that it did. Let's do Javon Steelers while he's not here. because I don't think that they're going to be that great. I know, Bolts, you don't agree with me. Versus Atlanta, we'll call a win. We'll say in this stretch they're 3-2, 3-2 going into Tampa. I think that's I think it's 4-2, but 4-3, 5-3 into the bye, and then I think 5-4, 5-5, 5-6, 5-7, 6-7, 7-7, 8-7, 9-7, 9-8. I think Pittsburgh 9-8. I think Pittsburgh 9-8. I think that's what you got. Jags as an L because they always play good in London. L to Dallas, L to the Rams, but Eagles got the 1 seed. Yeah, so I'm flipping. I don't think that they lose to the Jags in London because you look at that and it's Jacksonville's first time in London, like on the season as well. Like they won't have the advantage of having already been there. I think that gives them a shot versus Houston in Week 6. I think Philly probably loses one of the games to Seattle or Houston. Right, playing those two defenses in a 5-game span, like that, a 5-day span, excuse me, like that's pretty tough. That's a really tough draw for Philly, but the rest of the schedule is pretty favorable, if you ask me. And at least they get both of these games at home. Like they're at home for 3 straight weeks here versus the Colts, versus Seattle, versus Houston. Like the toughest 2 games in a row on their schedule because of the short amount of time. At least they get to stay at home. That's nice for them as well. Any other teams we should go over? Dallas prediction. Sure. At the Giants, I think that's a W. Versus Washington, I think it's a W, 2-0. Versus Baltimore, I'm gonna go 2-1. At Houston, 2-2. 3-2. 3-3. 3-4. 4-4. 5-4. 6-4, I think. 7-4. 8-4. 8-5, 8-6, 9-6, 10-6. If Jaden's healthy, 10-7. Yeah, I got 10-7, 11-6. As a quick rundown. But I think that I think Dallas is a potential wild card team this year. And I think if their defense starts clicking earlier than people thought, because the thing with Dallas is that defensive line is, because the thing with Washington is Jaden Daniels, if he's healthy, they're a tough out. They really are. But you have no idea if by week 18, Jaden's going to be healthy. You have no idea who's going to be healthy at all in week 18. But when you start to talk about some more injury, true. Washington probably rests Daniels last game if they're out, not going to lie. You do wonder, though, if it's like if there's a real rivalry there in the locker room and they're like, nah, because you think about it, 11-6 is probably a guaranteed playoff spot, but 10-7 probably wouldn't guarantee Dallas a playoff spot. There's probably a world where if going into that game, Dallas is 10-6, if Washington beats them, they can miss the playoffs. And if you're Washington, man, you got to keep that division rivalry alive and say, nah, like screw you guys, you're not making the playoffs. Not on my watch. I think that's something that they should do. I'm really hoping here in a couple games or a couple minutes here, the NFL post the full schedule. That way we can go through week by week, because that's really the process I want to do. Go through week by week and give each week a grade on a scale of 1 to 10 and see what the best couple weeks are. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. Teams with 0 primetime games in 2026 include the Raiders, Jets, Titans, Cardinals, Dolphins. Raiders just had the number 1 overall pick, man. I'm a little surprised that the Raiders don't have that have that at this point in time. I really thought that they would have. FanDuel put out a post about the week, about the games, so that could be interesting to take a look at it. Chargers did what do you call it? A Halo themed schedule release. I don't know if you saw that, Bolts. That one's pretty interesting. That one is interesting. 1 minute here, hopefully, and we can take a look at this. Let me pull up the FanDuel tweet. We can look at the week 1 lines. If anything, we could at least do some way too early week 1. What would we and what wouldn't we bet? Bet responsibly, as always, children. not children, whoever you may be. Okay, week 1 spreads are live. Let's share this tab instead. Boom. All right, I think y'all could see this. And then we'll check and see from there. So week 1, me and Javon were actually texting and having a debate about this. I think that the Seahawks are probably going to spank the Pats again. I thought that this being a week 1 game for the Patriots was kind of a bit of bad luck. I know that there's some changes to the offense. Like I know that they're probably going to have AJ Brown. They're definitely going to have Romeo Doubs. They improved the offensive line a little bit maybe this offseason, but I think they're still going to be finding themselves. We'll see if there's still a Mike Vrabel controversy. I know that Seattle lost Ken Walker, and I know that they lost some guys, but I would take the Pats pretty heavy in this game. Niners and Rams in Australia. Listen, I'd take the Rams to win, but the Niners fully healthy divisional game in Australia, I'd probably take the points there just as like we'll see what happens. Like the Niners have had success before against the Rams. That's kind of my thought process there. If I was just to like bet it, my prediction would be the Rams to win, but Bears, Panthers, man, you start to wonder about Chicago. Like, is the cardiac Bears going to carry over? Like the defense, I think it'll be better than it was last year, but it won't be as turnover heavy. So I don't know if statistically they'll actually be better. Offense has to be uber consistent. And I like a lot what Carolina did with their defense. I think I'd probably take Carolina with the points, but maybe Chicago to win like 21-20. Browns, Jags, I'm easily taking the Browns plus 7.5. I think the Jags got a lot to figure out personally. Atlanta, Pittsburgh minus 2.5. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably take Pittsburgh. I feel like that defense for Tua or Penix could be tough to deal with. And the Steelers got some new weapons. Jets, Titans. I mean, I kind of like the Jets plus 2.5, to be honest. Jets got a lot of vets. Saints, Lions, Bolts, you got Saints plus 7.5. I do too. I do too on the early lines. I think that their offense is dynamic enough that could be like a 38-35 game. I really think it could be fun. Bills favored by 1.5 over Houston. Houston has kind of owned Buffalo, so to me that's the easiest hammer on Houston right now. I mean, Houston won with Davis Mills last year. You got to figure they're going into this game healthy. Ravens minus 3.5 over Colts. I'd take the Ravens side of that. I don't even know if Daniel Jones is going to be back. So, like, it could be Riley Leonard out there. I know it's 3.5, but doesn't bother me. Bengals minus 3.5 over Tampa Bay. I kind of like the Bengals. I think fully healthy, like they're a problem. Raiders, Dolphins. I guess like who cares? I guess I'd probably take the Dolphins plus 3 just because I think it might be Kirk Cousins out there. Chargers 9.5. Damn. I mean, I think the Chargers win, but 9.5. That's a big spread. Packers. I take Vikings plus 1.5. No Micah. Eagles minus 4.5. I like Philly. Cowboys minus 2.5. I like Dallas. Chiefs minus 2.5. They think that Mahomes is going to play. I'd probably just bet Denver plus 2.5 right now because one, I think if Mahomes does play, like they could just win the game outright. But two, if not, you know what I mean? Like if no Mahomes, then you know who's winning that game. God, is the NFL schedule like available yet? Let me know if you guys see it anywhere. I don't see it on Google. I don't see it on the official NFL site. I don't think it's on ESPN yet, man. I really wanted to go through week by week and kind of give my thoughts on the best weeks here, but it just doesn't look like we're getting that. And that sucks. Did CBS update it yet? Hall of Fame game. No, show me week 1. Ooh, okay. I think CBS has it. So shout out CBS. No, CBS doesn't have it, dude. I think they're doing like a reveal show, but I feel like they should just like post it so we could look at it. Instead, all we got is this right now. Oh, man. This would be the Seahawks and Rams face each other 2 times in the last 3 weeks of the season. That's an interesting note from Schefter. I mean, I think they're like just going through like a release show, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is just tragic, dude. Because why would you not just put the schedule out there? Like we all know it's out there. Yeah, they're like going week by week. The NFL's posting it, dude. Thursday prime schedule. They had to make sure to get that shit out. Had to get their money. They're reading a gambling ad on NFL Network. Of course they are, man. Of course they are. Dude, I really wish that the schedule was just out. I mean, on the bright side, I guess just nobody's hopping up in here right now. But I really wanted to go through the schedule. You said you have the NFL Network on. Does it say how long this schedule release show is? Like, is this just like a half hour thing, or are they like really milking this for like a long amount of time? You know what though? Till 9, bro. It's so brutal. I wonder if FanDuel has it. I mean, you know them. Anything to get a buck from you. I wonder if they have like every line available, or if they just got week 1 lines. I wonder. Just week 1. Just week 1. I'm not letting you bet those other lines yet. Yeah, why would they? 2026 NFL schedule. I mean, we'll see if we can find it somewhere. Again, the NFL, dude, they're just all they got is just a random set of posting of games right now. So buns. So buns that this is what we're looking at. Maybe Wikipedia? I could see Wikipedia actually having it week by week. Wikipedia, how much do you trust it? I don't know, but I mean, Wikipedia, dude, like click 2026 NFL season. You got a schedule? No. Absolutely brutal stuff. Probably should have researched that a little bit more. What about this? I think the Hall of Fame game that was like announced, right? That's like Cardinals Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I think I found something. But this site is taking forever to load, man. Forever to load. Which does well, the NFL just said the full schedule's been released. And then it's saying connection's bad. Give me 1 sec. 1 second, 1 second. Oh, dog was making a weird noise. Apologies. I think the NFL may have just put out that the schedule is available. I think that they may have put it out. Google still doesn't have their shit updated. Oh my goodness. Full schedule unveiled. I mean, let's see it then. Everybody's just tweeting out how ESPN's got some landmark stuff going on right now. Yeah, I mean the NFL schedule is out, dude, because you can buy tickets to games right now. So I don't know why it wouldn't just be available. Listen, we'll just look it on this NFL nerd stuff. ESPN going through their slate and primetime games. Yeah. It's like, just put the full schedule out for us to view. Like, Adam Schefter's out here tweeting out the Sunday night slate right now. Like, dude, like, just let us see it on the ESPN website. Like, you get the traffic that way, dude. Come on. Instead I'm out here looking at some made grid, which is cool, but not really. Again, I want to go through week by week and find the best week of the NFL schedule, man. And this website, I mean, it's just been loading forever. CBS, dude, you said live updates. Cool. Then let's see the schedule. Live, dude, live updates. And y'all only got 4 week 1 games. I mean, these people are just being greedy, bro. Greedy. Yeah, Iceman gonna save the night. You already know. You already know what Iceman's gonna be. Any schedule releases y'all want to watch? I think I'd be good to play it. The Chargers did like a Halo one. We can watch that. I think. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? I gotta put on some headphones, but let me know if y'all can hear it. Let me know if y'all can hear it. I can't hear it, but let me know if y'all can hear it. Let's check 1, 2. Can you hear the? Yeah, okay, cool. I gotta put some headphones on. Ooh, it's a little loud, eh?
Grapple Jack. Clipped wing.
I guess we'll just go through and watch some of these until 9 o'clock, maybe. Why not?
Week 2.
Week 2, Raiders.
The Raiders.
There we go. Heisman Doza has entered the game. Kirk Cousins sent you a friend request.
Folks ain't gonna keep being patient with you. That playful person that the Buffalo City by storm in his first interview, and he sat down and was like, "Yeah, I love cookies," and he had the whole that was all cool, but we give that grace to young players. Big dog, you supposed to be our number 1. Come on, and you're playing like a bum.
What is this,
I
dude?
bet you better start doing your job.
The Chargers admin team, dude.
Week 4.
Does that say Drewski? That's a Drewski, dog?
Dangerous.
McDreamy.
Beast mode.
JSN out here working.
Legion of Boom. Emerald City Route Artist.
Emerald City Route Artist. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
You were the underdogs. What did this team show against a
Oh,
really
Nick says
difficult
into
team?
the game.
We're the overdogs.
Pineapple Express.
Week 6 at the Chiefs.
Donna Kelsey. Modest home red bundle. Because of that thing that was trending where it said like that she had her home redone. I think like TMZ like posted that. It was weird. On the bye week. I wonder if there's like a Madison Beer joke in here.
8 at the Rams.
King James talking about Ty Simpson. I called Ty Simpson first round. Did you see that?
I know, but it's not of everybody. Ain't nobody but you on the camera, bro. That's what y'all want. That's what y'all want.
Week 9 versus the Texans.
Nah, this is great. This is great from the Chargers.
Hey, good job out there, bro. Yeah. Hey, stop taking those hits. Yeah, I mean, hey. Learn from those mistakes. Everything that you got, bro, is maybe already, bro. You're gonna be a hell of a player in this league. All right, boy. For sure.
Week 10.
Like Caleb Williams.
Ravens. Pass the physical.
Pass the physical. Shout out Max Crosby, yeah? Shout out Max wide right because they missed the field goal at the end of the year. A bunch of trolls, bro. Chargers are trolling.
Jets. Record 1 interception.
That one, my goodness, nearly picked and almost picked.
Week 12 versus the Patriots.
Conquer the cupcakes. Bro, that's foul, bro. They beat you on a playoff game. That's foul. Yeah. There it is. Let's get it.
Week 13 at the Buccaneers.
This is great, dude.
Fool the system.
The Eagles one was like cool, but it was just the players reading it out, giving like their reaction. Like it wasn't like social admin didn't do shit, bro.
At the Raiders. Week 15 versus the 49ers. Survive one practice.
Survived one practice. That is crazy.
Week 16 at the Dolphins.
Dude, whoever put in the work for this is fire, dude.
The casualty.
Cut Hawk Tua.
So,
Cut Cheetah 10.
the liquidated asset.
That's so crazy. Most dead cap in NFL history. That's so foul, dude.
The Chiefs. Conceal the truth.
What is this, dude?
Week 18.
Scooter's version. It's not Scooter Braun. That's like a shot at Taylor Swift. Uh-oh, Swifty's going to kill Charger Adman here. That was great. That was great. That was great. That was great. Who's next? Who's next? Anybody else that you guys know had a good one? I think the Titans had a great one. I mean, I'll keep refreshing the NFL page and see if they got the score, like the schedule, ESPN. But I got to be honest, I don't. Oh, hold on. ESPN's got it, I think. ESPN has finally got it. So we watch the Chargers now. I think ESPN's got it. I think ESPN has got the schedule up. So let me see if the NFL has it up. Because I think their version of it might be a little bit better. NFL. Okay, bro. Let's see. What is schedule? Yep. Okay, cool. NFL's got it posted. We will share our screen here. Screen share. I think this is probably the best, right? Something like this. Let me know. You guys prefer it like this? Maybe this? I don't think this is too bad. You guys prefer it like that or like this? Can I just do it like that? Yeah, I don't know. When you say that's fine, I don't know which one you mean. I'm gonna rock out with this. Left side camera, perfect. I'm rocking out with this. All right, let's go through week by week. I'm gonna get out a pen and paper here. Do this old school. And we're just going to give each week a grade, chat, or a rating 1 to 10. So, and then we'll determine what the best 5 weeks are of the NFL season. All right, so week 1, Super Bowl rematch, Patriots, Seahawks, absolute flames. I mean, listen, I think that the Seattle's going to blow them out, but Drake May with probably new weapon, A.J. Brown coming to town, Romeo Doubs, like that's good. 49ers at Rams, that's really solid. Bears, Panthers, I think it's a sneaky fun game. Buccaneers, Bengals is cool. Saints, Lions should be 2 good offenses. Bills, Texans, Ravens, Colts, Browns, Jags, Falcons, Steelers, Jets, Titans. That's fine. Packers, Vikings, I think will be a fun game. Yeah, I think week 1 starts off hot with these 2 games. I think those are really great. I think we're still just living in the past a little bit with Cowboys, Giants, as Sunday Night Football. Like, we had the potential for Bills Ravens Sunday Night Football, and they chose Cowboys Giants. Broncos Chiefs, it's kind of dependent on Mahomes. I would agree. I'd agree. 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but there are some great games there. Week 2. Week 2, we got Lions Bills to kick off the week. That's absolutely electric. I mean, those two offenses, and it's the Bills home opener in the new stadium. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm okay with Cowboys Giants, but Panthers Falcons, Saints Ravens, Vikings Bears, that's fun. Bengals Texans. I mean, if Joe Burrow is healthy and stuff, like, possibly the best offense versus the best defense in football at 1 p.m. That's really exciting. Steelers Patriots is classic. Packers Jets, and Browns Buccaneers, Eagles Titans. And then at 4 o'clock, we got Jags Broncos. You know, that's fine. Raiders Chargers, Seahawks Cards. Sunday Night Football, Colts Chiefs, and then Giants Rams. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking you got it at a 7, Bolts. I'm giving this like a 5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 because I think it's just average, right? Like, there's a really fun Thursday Night Football game. There's a decent, like, this is a decent 1 o'clock game that I'm looking forward to. 4 o'clock, like, none of these games jump off to me as must watch, like, amazing football. Sunday Night Football, like, at best is Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes. At worst is Riley Leonard and Justin Fields. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun 1 o'clock slate. I'm going 5 out of 10. I think that there's better weeks ahead. I think we got to be critical when we can. Old pen and paper, getting to work here. Week 3, Falcons Packers, Thursday Night Football. Okay. Chargers Bills, though, great 1 o'clock game. Panthers Browns, so be it. Jets Lions. I mean, how many points are the Lions going to win this game by? Texans Colts, divisional game. Pats Jags, cool. Chiefs Dolphins, whatever. Titans Giants, whatever. Bengals Steelers, divisional game. Seahawks Commanders. If Jaden's healthy, could be interesting. Cardinals Niners, Vikings Bucks, Raiders Saints. We got the Brazil game going on at 4:25 on Sunday. Oh, I didn't even know that the Brazil game was on Sunday. Rams Broncos, Eagles Bears. I mean, you say 4 out of 10. And let me explain why I think that week 2 is better than week 3. Because there's a game at every slot that I'm really excited to watch. Chargers Bills, super excited to watch that game, right? Even Seahawks Commanders is sneaky good on a second monitor. 4:25, super excited for Ravens Cowboys. Sunday Night Football, super excited for Rams Broncos. Could have been the Super Bowl last year. Monday Night Football, Eagles Bears, I'm super excited for that as well. So to me, I'm entertained all day, Sunday and Monday. Falcons Packers kind of drags it a little bit down. I'm going 7 out of 10. I'm going 7 out of 10. I know that that's maybe a little controversial, but I'm rocking with it. Thursday, week 4, Steelers Browns. I mean, it'll probably be this game on paper sucks, but it'll probably be electric for whatever reason. Colts Commanders, London game, whatever. Titans Ravens, Pats Bills at 1, excited for that. Jags Bengals, excited for that. Cowboys the 1 o'clock slate here. Holy, week 4 has got a killer 1 o'clock slot. Patriots Bills, Jags Bengals, Cowboys Texans, Rams Eagles, Packers Buccaneers. That's a killer 1 o'clock slot. And then in the 4 o'clock slot, Chiefs Raiders could be cool, but Chargers Seahawks, Broncos Niners, both of those are super legit. Sunday Night Football, Lions Panthers. It's actually the first Sunday Night Football game that the Panthers have had and hosted since 2016. Falcons Saints. Yeah, I agree. Bulls, man. Week 4, so far that's the best week yet. We'll go 9 out of 10. That 1 o'clock slate, I do Sunday ticket, so I have a TV downstairs on the wall. We put a TV on underneath it. I got a laptop. My roommate just got an iPad, so like we got a lot going on down there, but like even for Red Zone, that would just be an electric 1 o'clock slot. Week 5, man. Buccaneers Cowboys Thursday Night Football. That's cool. Yeah, 3 monitors. Eagles Jags. pretty fun game. So, I mean, 2 standalone games that are pretty fun. 1 o'clock slot, Bengals, Dolphins, whatever. Raiders, Patriots, cool. Vikings, Saints. By week 5, I think this could actually be a really fun game. I think, like, if Kyler and the Vikings figure it out and Shuck and the Saints figure it out, by week 5, that might be a better game than it is now on paper. But for right now, it's kind of meh. Browns, Jets, Colts, Steelers, Texans, Titans, Giants, Commanders. Yeah, this 1 o'clock slot compared to week 4 sucks, dude. 4 o'clock, Broncos, Chargers, obviously must-watch television. Lions, Cardinals, cool. Bears, Packers, 49ers, Seahawks, a really, really solid 4 o'clock slot. Ravens, Falcons, Sunday Night Football, that just does not interest me, man. But Bills, Rams, Monday Night Football. Oh, man. That is... Yeah, I mean, the 4 o'clock slot is sweet, dude. But you like this 1 o'clock slot? I don't know, man. I'm not feeling this 1 o'clock slot whatsoever. Listen, Thursday Night Football is cool. The international game is cool. 4 o'clock slot's sweet. I mean, listen, I'll go 6 out of 10. It's not the worst. A lot of primetime games are pretty good, but the 1 o'clock slot is pretty buns, man. Week 6. Seahawks, Broncos, Thursday Night Football, electric. I think that probably should have been the Super Bowl last year. Texans, Jaguars, sweet. Bears, Falcons could be fun. Ravens, Browns, decent. Panthers, Eagles could be fun. Steelers, Bucks could be fun in terms of 1 o'clock slot. Like, not the most exciting 1 o'clock slot ever, but I really like these 2 games. Okay, GB, we can go back to the NFC schedules in a little bit. Jets, Pats, Cardinals, Rams, Chargers, Chiefs. That's a fun game. Bills, Raiders, Cowboys, Packers, Sunday Night Football, Commanders, 49ers. For 4 teams on bye, man, I think that this is pretty solid. For week 6, I'm going to go a 7 out of 10. I'm going to go a 7 out of 10 here. Yep, 7 out of 10. Totally aligned with you there, Bolts. Week 7, Pats, Bears, Thursday Night Football, sweet. Steelers, Saints in France. I think it'll be a fun watch because I think the Saints fans in Paris are going to go crazy. Niners, Falcons. All right, Bengals, Ravens. I mean, just must-watch TV as long as Burrow's playing. Bucks, Panthers. I mean, there's 2 great games there. We got Packers, Lions. Rams, Raiders is cool. Chiefs, Seahawks into Cowboys, Eagles. That's a sweet Sunday Night Football into Monday Night Football. Ken Walker back in Seattle. Mahomes certainly going to be healthy. Week 7, I don't see. You say a 3, but this is a big game. This is a big game. Like, we have a big game in each and every time slot, though. But you say except prime time, like Bengals, Ravens, 1 o'clock, and Packers, Lions. We're just different here. I'm giving week 7 a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. 6.5. Week 8, Thursday Night Football, Panthers, Packers. Fine. Should be, I mean, could be 2 playoff teams. They were last year, right? Yeah. No. Packers didn't make it. Did they make it? I'm like, oh yeah, the Packers were a playoff team. They lost to the Bears. So battle of 2 playoff teams. Ravens, Bills, obviously, must watch TV. I think Vikings, Lions is a sweet game as well. Colts, Jags is a divisional game. Same with Falcons, Bucks, Browns, Steelers. Then at the 4 o'clock slot, we got Chargers, Rams, Chiefs, Broncos, electric, Eagles, Commanders, Sunday Night Football, Bears. Hold on. I think week 8 kind of cooked here. Panthers, Packers, Thursday night's good. Ravens, Bills, that's a really fun game. Vikings, Lions, Colts, Jags. I mean, so we got some divisional action at 1 o'clock combined with Ravens and Bills, which is really solid. We got Chargers and Rams, Chiefs and Broncos. Again, Mahomes will be back by this point. Divisional Eagles command. I'm giving a week 8. Week 8 for me gets a 7.5 out of 10. Week 8 for me gets a 7.5 out of 10. All right, let's move on to week 9. Jags, Ravens, Thursday Night Football. That's a fun game. Madrid, Bengals, Falcons is what it is. Broncos, Panthers. That's a fun game. Cowboys, Colts is cool. 1 o'clock slate here isn't really great, to be honest. Texans Chargers is a fun game. Packers Patriots is a fun game. Bucks Bears. This might be the worst one we've had yet. Week 9 might be the worst one we've had yet. To me. I'm sure, I mean, it's the NFL. It'll be fun no matter what. I'm giving week 9 a 3 out of 10. Week 9 gets a 3 out of 10 for me. Yeah, week 9 kind of ass. If you got to go apple picking with your girl, make it week 9. Commanders Giants on Thursday Night Football to start off week 10. Patriots Lions. That's a killer Germany game. Good for Germany, man. Chiefs Falcons could be interesting. Texans Browns. Deshaun Watson back versus Houston, maybe. Vikings Packers. That'll be a fun game. Panthers Saints, I think, could actually be a massive divisional implication game there. Seahawks, 49ers, Cowboys. See, the NFL does this, dude. They put 2 West Coast beatdowns and then 49ers, Cowboys. That way everybody has to watch 49ers, Cowboys. Steelers, Bengals, Chargers, Ravens. This is kind of another. You got 6.5. I don't know. I think this is kind of cheeks, man. I'm going 4 out of 10. I'm going 4 out of 10 for week 10. But, you know, that's when the bye weeks start hitting, man. It's when the bye weeks start hitting, and you got to bet or have fantasy on the line or have a YouTube channel to be super locked in. Week 11. Week 11, Colts, Texans. Colts, Texans. It's the Thursday game. That's cool. Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Panthers. I like. Saints, Bears. I like a lot. Buccaneers, Lions. I like a lot. Hold on, week 11 may be having something here. What do we got here at the 4 o'clock slate? Steelers, Eagles. A nice beatdown. My team beating down Javon's team. We'll love that. Vikings, 49ers, and then Bengals, Commanders. So this is interesting. I actually really like the 1 o'clock slate here with Ravens, Panthers, Saints, Bears, Buccaneers, Lions. I think that's pretty solid. But the rest of it's kind of mid for me. So I'm gonna go 5 out of 10 for week 11. Let's go on to week 12. Week 12, I'm pretty sure is Thanksgiving. So this is just gonna be a freaking banger. Yeah. Packers, Rams, bang. Bears, Lions, banger. Eagles, Cowboys, banger. Chiefs, Bills, banger. For starters, the NFL owns Thanksgiving. Like the NFL, first off, the NFL owns the day before Thanksgiving now. Have no clue why there's a Wednesday game, but I'm all here for it. But Bears, Lions, into Eagles, Cowboys, into Chiefs, Bills, like they just own Thanksgiving. And then what is this? Black Friday, Broncos, Steelers, that's fine. Saints, Bengals, that's a fun game. Ravens, Texans, that's a fun game. I like Falcons, Vikings, 49ers, Seahawks, Pats, Chargers. Do you? Week 12, 10. Week 12, chef's kiss. The NFL crushed it. Week 10, week 12. Week 12. The Thanksgiving week, the NFL made perfect, dude. And then week 13, Chiefs, Rams, electric stuff on Thursday Night Football. I like Lions, Falcons. I like Jags, Bears, Bengals. All right, hold on. This has got some motion here. Chargers, Bucks, another good one. The 4 o'clock slot. We got Bills, Patriots. I mean, my team plays, so that's exciting. But Panthers, Vikings, Bills, Patriots, Texans, Steelers, Sunday Night Football, it's a little stinky. Cowboys, Seahawks, though. I'm going to be honest, guys. I think week 13 is an 8 out of 10. I think week 13 is an 8 out of 10. I think that week 13 is a really solid week as well. Yeah, 8.25. I think that's valid. Week 14. We got Vikings, Patriots on Thursday Night Football, Bucks, Ravens, Saints, Panthers, some solid stuff there. Eagles, Colts could be cool. Texans, Commanders could be cool. Chargers, Raiders, Mendoza will be playing them by then. Chiefs, Bengals, yeah, and 49ers, Rams, Bills, Packers. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 for week 14. I think week 14 dips a little bit, but I think that there's still a solid spot at each one. Ooh, okay, we disagree there big time. Disagree there. I mean, I like Vikings, Patriots because I think the Vikings are going to be good. I'm a big fan of Buccaneers, Ravens, Saints, Panthers. Again, I think those are the top 2 teams in that division. Texans, Commanders, I think could be fun. Chiefs, Bengals is really solid. Rams, Niners is good. Bills, Packers is good. So I think there's some decent games there. Week 15. I think this is Christmas, right? No. Next week's Christmas. Okay. I still think week 15 is going to cook. 49ers, Chargers, Thursday Night Football, solid. Saturday games, Seahawks, Eagles, Bears, Bills, electric stuff. Sunday, we got Bengals, Panthers, Jags, Texans, a divisional game, Ravens, Steelers, divisional game, Saints, Buccaneers, divisional game. Big stuff there. Cowboys, Rams, that's going to be a fun game. Again, they put the Cowboys, Rams kind of as like the only game to watch at 425. Like, who's watching Jets, Cardinals come week 15? I digress. Lions, Vikings, and then Pats, Chiefs. I'm going 8 out of 10. I'm going 8 out of 10 for week 15. I think week 15, it's a little top heavy, but I think that there's something at each spot. Week 16, the Christmas. Again, this might be another 10. Texans, Eagles, Christmas Eve, fire. Packers, Bears, Bills, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks on Christmas. Like, sorry, NBA, but the NFL owns the day now. We move forward. Browns, Ravens, a divisional game at least. You know, we got some, probably a beat down here, probably a beat down here, probably a beat down here. The 1 o'clock slate, the Christmas week, though, that's only got 4 games in it. So that's a little tough. Titans, Raiders, 49ers, Chiefs, though, at 4 o'clock, solid. Jags, Cowboys. And then, all these games are to be determined on their time. All these games are to be determined on their time. None of them jump off the page to me, though. I'm going 9 out of 10. I'm going 9 out of 10 on week 16. I think it's solid, but it's no week 12. Week 17. Ravens, Bengals, Thursday Night Football. Give me all of that. Saints, Falcons, a divisional game that, again, like could have implications in the division. Seahawks, Panthers. I'll be interested to see if the Panthers can keep up with Seattle this year. Kind of mid. The rest of the 1 o'clock slate, we got Raiders, Cardinals, and Lions, Bears. Oh, but we got a bunch of games again that have to be determined times. So like Commanders, Jags, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Patriots, Rams, Buccaneers. Like, we don't know when those games are going to be. So when we factor in Texans, Packers, Monday Night Football, Eagles, Niners at Sunday night, and then the fact that like 2 or 3 of these games are going to be in at 1, week 17 is low-key pretty fire. Like, if we're looking at this and you could add in a Broncos, Patriots, and a Rams, Buccaneers to this 1 o'clock slate, and you can throw in Chiefs, Chargers in this 4 o'clock slate, I actually think week 17 is going to be. I think week 17 is good, man. I'm going 8 out of 10. I'm going 8 out of 10. And then week 18, week 18 is a lot of divisional games. So I think week 18 on paper is going to be a banger. Steelers, Ravens, sign me up. Falcons, Panthers is cool. Chargers, Broncos, sign me up. Lions, Packers, sign me up. Seahawks, Rams, sign me up. Bears, Vikings, sign me up. I think that's a 7.5 out of 10. I think that they fumbled a little bit, like Eagles, Giants. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter too much crazy for stakes. I'd imagine the Chiefs will just beat the Raiders here. Texans probably just beat the Titans here. Bengals, Browns probably won't have major implications. I think that they could have done maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 just because of the divisionals. So here we have it. Let's see. We got right there. We got for sure right there. We got for sure right there. So we got to narrow down. We got to narrow down 4 different weeks. We got to pick the 2 best weeks out of these ones. So we got week 18 here, all those divisional games that we just talked about. Week 17, which has Ravens, Bengals, Seahawks, Panthers, Lions, Bears, Eagles, Niners, and then these games. I think I'll take week 18 over week 17. I think I'll do that. But we have to pick 2. Week 15 also comes into play now. We got 49ers, Chargers, Seahawks, Eagles, Bears, Bills, Bengals, Panthers, Jags, Texans, Ravens, Steelers, Cowboys, Rams. I think I'm taking week 15 over week 17. And then week 13 was our other 8 out of 10. Chiefs, Rams, Lions, Falcons, Jags, Bears, Packers, Saints, Chargers, Bucks. Okay. I believe we have narrowed down our 5 best weeks. I think we've narrowed down our 5 best weeks. The worst week on my personal rankings was week 9. To recap real quick, taking a look at week 9 that I had as the worst week. Jags, Ravens, Thursday Night Football, Bengals, Falcons, Broncos, Panthers, Colts, Cowboys, Jets, Chiefs, Lions, Dolphins, Browns, Saints, Giants, Eagles, Rams, Commanders, Texans, Chargers, Raiders, 49ers, Packers, Patriots, Cardinals, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Bears, Bills, Vikings. That was to me the worst week 9. And then the 5th best week of the 2026 NFL season, I have as week 15 with the 49ers, Chargers, Seahawks, Eagles, Bears, Bills, Bengals, Panthers, Dolphins, Packers, Jags, Texans, Browns, Giants, Ravens, Steelers, Saints, Bucks, Colts, Titans, Falcons, Commanders, Jets, Cardinals, Cowboys, Rams, Broncos, Raiders, Lions, Vikings, Patriots, Chiefs. That, to me, was the 5th best week of the NFL season. Week 18, all the divisional games, times to be determined, was the 4th best week. 49ers, Cardinals, Steelers, Ravens, Jets, Bills, Falcons, Panthers, Browns, Bengals, Chargers, Broncos, Lions, Packers, Titans, Texans, Jags, Colts, Raiders, Chiefs, Seahawks, Rams, Bears, Vikings, Dolphins, Patriots, Buccaneers, Saints, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and Commanders. Then the 3rd best week of the regular season, I believe, was week 4. Week 4 we talked about a little while ago. Steelers, Browns, Colts, Commanders, Titans, Ravens, Patriots, Bills, Jets, Bears, Jags, Bengals, Cowboys, Texans, Rams, Eagles, Packers, Buccaneers, like a super stacked 1 o'clock slate. Dolphins, Vikings, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Seahawks, Broncos, 49ers, all in the 4 o'clock. Lions, Panthers, Sunday Night Football, Falcons, Saints, Monday Night Football. And then we got week 16, the Christmas slate, as the 2nd best week. Texans, Eagles, Packers, Bears, Bills, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks, just owning Christmas. Browns, Ravens, Chargers, Dolphins, Cardinals, Saints, Patriots, Jets, Titans, Raiders, 49ers, Chiefs, Jags, Cowboys, Giants, Lions, and then 4 games with to be determined times: Buccaneers, Falcons, Bengals, Colts, Commanders, Vikings, Panthers, Steelers. And then, of course, the very best week of the NFL season, the Thanksgiving week. Packers, Rams Wednesday night, Bears, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills on Thanksgiving, going into Broncos, Steelers, Black Friday, Saints, Bengals, Raiders, Browns, Ravens, Texans at 1, Giants, Colts, Jets, Dolphins, Falcons, Vikings, 4 o'clock, Titans, Jags, Commanders, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Sunday Night Football, playoff rematch, Patriots, Chargers, Panthers, Buccaneers. I mean, they cooked on Thanksgiving and still have must-see TV at Ravens, Texans, Seahawks, Niners, Pats, Chargers, and Monday Night Football. So week 12, by far the best. Week 12, to me, was by far the best week. We will, at the request of GB, to close out this stream here, do some NFC East predictions, because I don't think, GB, you were in here earlier when we did some of these. We had the Cowboys finishing, I believe, with a 10-7 or 11-6 record. I have them beating the Giants 1-0, beating the Commanders 2-0, losing to the Ravens 2-1, losing to Houston 2-2, beating Tampa 3-2, losing to Green Bay 3-3, losing at Philly 3-4, beating the Cardinals 4-4, beating the Colts at the Colts 5-4, beating San Francisco 6-4, beating Tennessee 7-4, beating Philly at home on Thanksgiving 8-4, winning at Seattle 8-5, losing to the beating Seattle, losing to Seattle, losing to the Rams at what's that, 7-6, I think. Yeah, beating Jacksonville 8-6, 9-6 versus the Jags, 10-6 versus the Giants, coming down to week 18 at Washington. I think they probably win that game if they needed to go to 11-6. I got the Giants losing week 1 to Dallas, 0-1, losing week 2 to the Rams, 0-2, beating Tennessee, beating Arizona, 2-2, losing at Washington, 2-3, versus New Orleans, I think at L, 2-4, at Houston, 2-5, at Philly, 2-6, versus Washington, 3-6, versus the Jags, 3-7, at the Colts, 4-7, versus Seattle, 4-8, versus San Francisco, 4-8, at Seattle, 4-9, versus Cleveland, 5-9, at Detroit, 5-10, at Dallas, 5-11, versus Philly. Maybe they get the win this week. Maybe Philly's resting, probably. So what? 6-11. That's what I got the Giants. Philly went through it before, had them at 14-3. Washington losing at Philly. Washington starts the year 0-3. Then they get to 2-3. Then they go 2-4. Then they're 2-5, 2-6, 2-7, 2-8, 3-8, 4-8, 4-9, 5-9, 5-10 at Minnesota, 5-11 at Jacksonville, maybe 5-12. So I got Philly 14-3, Dallas 11-6, the Giants 6-11, the Commanders 5-12. I think the NFC East is a 2-team race. I think a lot of people think it's closer than that, but personally, I think the NFC East is still just a 2-team race. I think it's Philly and Dallas. I think that's kind of one of the popular predictions to rock it out with, oh, the NFC is going to be so competitive. Oh, the Giants are a sleeper team. I don't see it. I don't see it. Those are my early on predictions. I mean, they stick with the divisional predictions I had. Now, obviously, come August is when I really sit down and go through the weeds and give you guys my exact record predictions. So don't hold me to what you heard here. But that's kind of where I got it there. So the NFL schedule release is done. Had some time tonight. I appreciate y'all sticking with me, but I am going to bounce up out of here. Iceman, 3 hours, 15 minutes away. Stay ready. I will catch y'all later. Peace.